Welcome to Ludwigsburg in Germany on game day 4 in the Basketball Champions League. MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg welcome the Polish side, Anwil Wrocław, in the 4th round of games in Group A in the regular season of the 3rd edition of the Basketball Champions League. Two sides who haven't had the best of starts to this season's competition. Ludwigsburg, of course, have a great history in this tournament, but are still looking for their first win. They're the only side in the group without a victory. Murcia, who are currently top of the group with 3 wins out of 3, take on Cirigas Avellino today, and tomorrow Banvik face up to Nizhny Novgorod. And Ventspils in action as well. So a couple of great days of basketball in Group A. We'll be focusing on the action here in Germany today. Ludwigsburg, they came through qualifying to reach the final 4 last time around, find themselves bottom of the group after 3 rounds of fixtures. Le Mans picked up their first win against Ludwigsburg last week. Ventspils, Nizhny Novgorod, and today's visitors as well, also with just the 1 win so far. Banvik with 2 wins out of 3. Avellino and Murcia are undefeated so far in Group A. Well, Anwil Wrocław of Poland, playing in their first ever Basketball Champions League. And they've had just the 1 win so far. It was their opening game. This is their roster for tonight. Chase Simon, Kamil Lashinsky, a couple of the key names to keep an eye out for. Lashinsky, the only player in the Basketball Champions League to average 10 assists per game as things stand. 30 assists for him in the first 3 rounds of fixtures. Valery Likodey, the Russian, averaging 19.7 points per game at the moment. Josip Sobin and Michal Michalak, also important players for the visiting side. Here is the Ludwigsburg roster. Aaron Best, the Canadian, who has played in this competition before with Juventus Athena, averaging 7.7 points, 3 rebounds and 1.3 assists so far. Certainly a player who can have a big impact. Owen Klassen, Adam Wasilkowski, a 35-year-old veteran, and Kellen Martin, also players who have impressed so far, despite the fact that the home side have yet to win a game in the regular season. It is a big night for the hosts because they will be desperate to avoid another defeat. They lost away at Banvik on game day 1, 89-76, beaten 77-96 at home against Avellino, and then went to Le Mans last week, lost by 10, 64-54. They've never failed to make it out of the group stages in this competition. In the 1st edition 2 years ago, they got to the quarterfinals and only narrowly missed out on a place in the semis. The final 4 in a 1-point defeat over 2 legs against Banvik. And last season they came through 3 rounds of qualifying and reached the semi-finals before losing to Monaco in the final 4 and then to Murcia in the 3rd place game. So they have it all to do here in what is a very, very strong Group A. Anwil, who won their first ever Basketball Champions League game away at Ventspils in Latvia, 78-99, pretty comfortable win on game day 1, but they've lost their last 2 at home against Nizhny Novgorod and away to Avellino in overtime last week, 105-102. So a tricky start for them, but they do have that first win on the board. Another one tonight will certainly give them a huge boost. They'll be pretty happy with 2 wins out of the first 4 games in what is, as I say, a really tough group. The likes of Avellino and Murcia, who are undefeated, Banvik, who have a great record in this competition as well. Le Mans and Nizhny, both with 1 defeat already, and with 1 win and 2 defeats, I should say. And it's one of those groups where you feel you could get any kind of result at any time, really. Quite a bit of pressure you feel tonight on Ludwigsburg because of their pedigree in this competition and the fact that they are without a victory so far. They will be desperate to put that right this evening against the newcomers. They have conceded more points than anybody else in this competition. The visiting side from Poland, 276 in total over their 3 opening games. Came into this competition as champions of Poland, winning their 2nd ever title. And the roster does include a couple of those players who have or did feature in the championship winning season. The likes of Jarosław Zikowski and Kamil Laczynski as well. Really important player, the captain, 29-year-old. A player who I mentioned already is averaging 10 assists per game in this competition so far. He's the creative hub of the team. As we see the Ludwigsburg players being welcomed to the court here. They have faced Polish opposition before in this competition 2 years ago. They won at home and lost away against Zielona Góra. They're actually on a 5-game losing streak in the Basketball Champions League, of course, after losing to Monaco and Murcia in last season's competition. And this is the refereeing team that you can see for tonight. Ludwigsburg led by John Patrick, of course, Coach of the Year last year, and Anwil led by Igor Milicic. And here's the starting 5 for the visiting side. Kamil Laczynski does start, the captain, Valery Likodej, Josip Sobin, Michał Michalak, and Mateusz Kostrewski. Making the starting 5 for the Polish outfit. And there is Igor Milicic, the head coach. He'll be desperate to lead his side to a 2nd win of the season. This will be their 3rd away game in this competition. Just the 1 home fixture so far. That came in game day 2 against Nizhny Novgorod, which they lost by 11 points. Here's the starting 5 for Ludwigsburg. Crawford, McRae, Klassen, Wasilkowski, the veteran German, and Malcolm Hill making up the starting 5 for John Patrick's team. And there is the man who was last season's Coach of the Year. Expecting a strong campaign after an outstanding run last year. The team had to come through qualifying, as I mentioned, not just 1 round of qualifying. They had to start right at the very beginning. First qualifying round in early or mid-September. They got the better of Bosna, the side from Bosnia-Herzegovina, and then took on the Romanians of Cluj-Napoca, and finally knocked out the Belgians from Brussels, Basic Fit Brussels. Fairly comfortable victories in qualifying to get themselves into the regular season, and then finished 2nd in their group with a 12-2 record, meaning they've already lost more games this season than they did in the whole of the last campaign. I think that tells you just how tough this group is, but also what a disappointing start it's been. The team has had a major overhaul. David McRae and Adam Wasilkowski, players who were involved last season. David McRae actually back for a 3rd straight season with Ludwigsburg, but otherwise It's a very different looking team, and they haven't quite been able to hit the ground running. Maybe tonight is where it all starts to change. They need to get that first win on the board. They're just moments away from the tip-off here. You'd say, looking at the strength of this group, that maybe the Poles are slightly unfavoured in terms of those sides are expected to advance to the round of 16. Top four make it through. And they're still a long way away from determining who is and who isn't going to make it into the latter stages. But we are underway in Ludwigsburg. And there's the visiting side, Anwil from Poland in the blue, who have the first possession. The ball almost stolen as the Poles look to get those first points on the board. They do still have it. And that's a really well finished move by Kostrzewski. Mateusz Kostrzewski getting the first points of the game, and the Poles are up and running. Crawford here for Ludwigsburg. And a great response from the hosts, who have their first three of the night. Malcolm Hill draining it from distance as Anvil come looking for the response. And Nikodé unable to keep that ball in his hands. Quick passing led to the open three for Malcolm Hill, and made no mistake. And the Germans looking to increase their advantage here, which they have through Wasilkowski. The 35-year-old averaging 8.3 points per game so far in the competition. Here's Michalak. Leshinsky goes for the three. And the captain fails to make that one count. He's already clocked up a rebound and an assist in this game, trying to keep up his average of 10 assists per game, or an average of 10 a game, which he has managed so far. But it is the German side who are just easing away in these early stages. Owen Klassen picking up his first points. Anvil looking to respond here, and this time the foul is called. Kostrzewski drawing the foul. And he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Next, the first one. And the second one didn't quite drop. So it is a 4-point lead for the German side, who immediately add another 2 to the tally through Jordan Crawford. And restore a healthy looking lead, a 6-point advantage. A behind the back pass there from Leshinsky. Leshinsky's pass again. Can this come to anything here? The effort was just in time, but no good from Michalak. Here's Crawford. And the 3-point attempt from the edge, no good from Wasilkowski. Leshinsky. A three-point attempt at the other end is successful. Michalak with his first points of the night, and Anvil's first three of the evening as well. Second assist for the captain, Leshinsky, as well. And a three-point game as it stands here. This was Michalak's three-point attempt. No mistake. Trevor Mbakwe has taken the place of Owen Klassen, who was just in discussion with John Patrick there. Aaron Best is also in, as is Lamont Deshaun Jones. Oh, and intercepted. And here's Leshinsky. Everything goes through the captain, and he's the one they've got to try and keep quiet, Ludwigsburg. Bounce pass from Leshinsky, the layup is missed by Sobin. Here's Aaron Best. Now Jones. Jones looking for the pass, and wasn't quite the right pass from Lamont Jones. Well, 9-6, the host lead here in Ludwigsburg. Oh, and it's stolen and thrown down one-handed by Mbakwe. Seizing on the opportunity. Anvil throw possession away as well. Valiskovsky with the steal, and Mbakwe made Anvil pay with a one-handed jam. Four turnovers for Anvil so far. Into the corner, three-point attempt is good. And Ludwigsburg starting to settle here, and good pressure once more. And again, they have made it count. Klein with 5 points in the space of a few seconds to open up an 8-point lead for the hosts. 14-6. And Ludwigsburg are on the march.
Don't touch the ball. Don't touch the ball after this one. Just run away from it. No, here and sprint. Seconds, 5 now seconds. Run it. We get W here. We don't want you to get the ball. Run here. Run here. And finally we'll get the ball and we got this play. That's one thing. Seconds. Don't go crazy here. Crazy got Adam. Guys, if we run thumbs down, there's a lot of spacing. And if it's a zone, you set it and dive, and it gets open. Really up on him. Defense, 1, 2, 3.
Well, Riesen Ludwigsburg have got off to an excellent start here. An 8-point lead as things stand. Konstantin Klein scoring 5 points in a matter of seconds, and a couple of steals, and another one here. And they just can't handle the hosts at the moment, Anwil. They've been punished once again, and back away once more. This high court press is really causing Anwil all kinds of problems in these early stages, and the long pass intercepted. And here come Ludwigsburg again. This time they give it away. Here's Lechinsky. Little no-look pass there. Gets it back again from Michalak. The foul is called. And steals at either end of the court there. A 12-point lead for the Germans. Riesen Ludwigsburg 18-6 advantage in this first quarter with just under 4 minutes still to play. Here's Lechinsky. Might look for the pass. Bounce pass from Lechinsky, finished off by Sobin. And a little bit of ankle trouble here for Lechinsky, and that is not what Anwil want to see. Such a key figure. (10, 8 and 12 assists in the 3 games played so far. It's Aaron Best. Penalised there, travelling. There is Sobin. Just hands it to Simon. 29-year-old American. Oh, and swatted away impressively by Markovic. And Ludwigsburg looking to take advantage. Lechinsky with a nice pass. The 3-point attempt is good. Michalak on his second 3. And all of a sudden it's a 7-point game. Lechinsky, for those of you who are counting, already on 4 assists. Let's see how important he is. So often the provider. He's just claimed another rebound. And he's drawn a foul. Karim Jallo. The man who's been penalised. His first personal foul. As Crawford returns to the court here. Michalak, Sobin. Simon for 3, he's drawn the foul. Chase Simon will go to the line. Look of disbelief in the face of David McRae. Chase Simon missing his first. Well, it's 2 from 3. 5-point game in the first quarter here. 18-13, 2 minutes 21. Still to play. And Anwil managed to reduce the gap somewhat. Crawford really quick passing here as Hill goes for the three-pointer and makes it. Ludwigsburg increase that lead once again. It's 21-13. Simon. Oh, it's nicely finished. Chase Simon doubles his tally. Gets his side back to within 6 points. Mbakwe for 2, makes it. He's had a big impact. Mbakwe. 6 points for him. 3 from 4 from the field for Trevor Mbakwe. Markovic drawing the foul. And then missing the first free throw. And misses the second as well, so an opportunity there that Anwil have failed to take advantage of. The Polish side down by 8. Will that increase here as Crawford goes for the 3 and makes another one. Jordan Crawford. It's a double-digit lead now for the hosts. 26-15, a great start to the game here as they go searching for their first win of the Basketball Champions League season. But what a great response again from Chase Simon. His first 3, and the response was way off the mark from David McRae. So here come Anwil, and it'll be another trip to the foul line for Simon. He missed a few free throws in this first quarter. Anwil, that one is good. It's Group A clash. Going the way of the hosts at the moment as we close in on the final few seconds of this first quarter. Crawford gets it out wide. Shot goes up in time. And the foul is drawn. And it'll be 2 free throws to pretty much end the quarter here for Malcolm Hill. Riesen Ludwigsburg then. Leading by 9. 2 from 2 from the foul line there for Malcolm Hill. As the first quarter comes to an end with Anwil needing to do a little bit of work here. Trailing 28-19, the Germans going in search of their first win of the Basketball Champions League season. And it's so far so good for the hosts. Okay, 5 free throws missed by Anwil so far in this first quarter. That will certainly have had a little bit of an impact on the score. Ludwigsburg have been just a little bit lively, a little bit more intense, a little bit more effective. Some really good full court pressing from the hosts as well. A couple of vital three-pointers from that man though, Michalak. Just keeping the Polish side in it. This was another example of the pressure that Ludwigsburg applied in that first quarter. Forcing Anwil to keep giving the ball away inside their own half. Really lively and energetic start to the game from the hosts, desperate to record their first win of the season. Another 3 there from Michalak. 2 he's hit so far in the game. As usual, their captain has been their key man in terms of the creative side of things. Kaczynski played 7 minutes 40 in that first quarter. Took 1 shot. That has claimed 4 rebounds. Made 4 assists as well. He's been the main creative force in the team. Chase Simon's made a big impact. 4 minutes he spent on court in that first quarter. 8 points he picked up. Did miss a couple of free throws, but overall a good contribution from him so far. And John Patrick will be happy with the start that his side have made here. Game day 4 in the Basketball Champions League. Last season's 4th place side, MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg, looking to their first win of the season in a tough group. A 9-point advantage here as we start the second quarter. Chance for Aaron Best to go for 3. He's missed it, but it's tipped in by Klassen. Not sure that's exactly what he intended, but they all count. As Ludwigsburg move into the 30s, courtesy of Owen Klassen. First foul of the second quarter, Aaron Best's second personal foul. Key member of the Canadian national team, Aaron Best. Played in this competition before with Juventus Utena. It's been given away again by Anwil. Final touch there. So Ludwigsburg hand before it went out of bounds. Nicely finished off by Josip Sobin. Single-digit lead now once again for Ludwigsburg. Drawn the foul again. I think it was Owen Klassen. Sobin's the one who's been penalised here. Sobin and Klassen just tussling there. Sobin's second foul. Rebound easily claimed there by Mbakwe. And it's come to him again. Somehow he failed to put that one away. Now Lashinsky with a quick ball up the court, and oh, well finished. No. The offensive foul's been called. Zishkovsky penalised there. So it's still a 9-point lead for Ludwigsburg. Crawford. Jones. Long two is missed and easily claimed straight away. Ball finds its way to Lashinsky. Thought about going for it himself, goes for the pass instead, and that's nicely finished off. Sobin once again. Familiar combination there. Sobin receiving the ball from Lashinsky. Kamil Lashinsky with 4 rebounds and 5 assists so far. Jones. Crawford. Markovic getting his hand to it and able to keep it inbound. And just a couple of seconds on the shot clock here. I'm going to have to make something happen quickly, and that's exactly what they do. Malcolm Hill had very little to work with there. Moves into double digits. And there's the no-look pass, and nice exchange. Finished off brilliantly by Markovic. Wonderful exchange that with Josip Sobin. Seven-point lead for Ludwigsburg. Back away to Klein. Two-point attempt just falls a little short, and ball trickles out of bounds. Ludwigsburg calling a timeout here. They've had their deficit cut by a couple. They still lead by 7. 32-25 as it stands.
On two times in a row, you got the middle. You just catch it and stand there. 2 times in a row on 2 sides, we come off. This guy's wide open, we go into the middle. So just keep the ball moving. If you're open, shoot it. Make the simple play.
You open up from here. We're going 3 up. I want the pass under the basket to be back. Hands up with you. With you. Open up the head. This from here. Nicola, target. And if we got nothing, pass the ball here. Chase. Go back here. Pass back. Chase. This is pass back here. Nicola, you are here.
So it is still a healthy-looking lead for the German side. Still quite a long way to go in this first half. And here is Lashinsky for Anwil. It's a nice pass, and the foul is drawn. Another trip to the line. Jones penalised this time. Chase Simon again drawing the foul. He's had 5 free throws already. Missed 2 of them. He's made the first one here. Changes made. Crawford in for Vasilkovsky. As Chase Simon prepares for his second free throw, which he makes. So he has made 5 from 7 so far and has reduced the deficit to 5 points. And he's moved into double digits as well, and that's nicely done by Anwil, thrown down. Kostraszewski making an instant impact, having just come on. Laczynski involved again. One-handed jam from Kostraszewski. And they have a 3-point game, 39-29-32.
Kostek gets the ball. Pass back to Kamil. Kamil, go for the ball. Josip, Kostek stretch. Hey, let's go like with Kostek here. We know with Kostek here, Nico go out. Okay, now it's good. Nico, Kamil, Kostek there. Hey, we know defense. What is the 55? 55. Let's go.
So a good little run here for the visiting side. Anwil cut the gap to 3. Crawford with that long pass across the court. He's got it back again here. Now the 3 from this near side is good. Malcolm Hill again. He's had a pretty good night out there so far. 13 points in the bag, 4 from 5 from the field. In the meantime, another foul's been called here. It's Laczynski. Ludwigsburg again with Malcolm Hill. Mbakwe. He's run out of time. Didn't get that shot away before the buzzer. A missed opportunity there for Ludwigsburg. Lead by 6. Here's Laczynski again. Nearly lost it, Laczynski. A little behind the back pass. It's stolen back by Ludwigsburg, and here's Malcolm Hill. Three-point attempt from the corner, no good. This is Markovic. Kostrzeżewski, and Markovic again. Markovic twisting and turning and finishing eventually. Nikola Markovic doubles his tally for the night. 4 points for him, 4-point game. With half of the second quarter still to play, 35-31. Crawford now for Ludwigsburg, went for the cross-court pass, which didn't come off. Markovic to Leszczynski, who just leaves it for Kostrzeżewski to finish. Another assist for the captain. And we have a 2-point game now. Kostrzeżewski with 7 points. Leszczynski with his 8th assist of the game already. The assist king in the Basketball Champions League. Here's the response from Ludwigsburg. Malcolm Hill. He has 15 points. Restoring the 4-point advantage for the Germans. Here's Markovic. Oh, well-disguised pass behind the back. And Sobin with the easy finish. And this game is really flowing now. Great response from Anwil in this second quarter. Klein to Crawford, the bounce pass. Hill is denied and is fouled. And we'll go to the line. Great bounce pass into Malcolm Hill. Sobin penalised already, his 3rd foul of the game. No mistake from Hill. Top scorer in the game with 15 points. Two from two. Ludwigsburg maintaining their lead. Markovic. Bounce pass. Oh, thrown down by Kostrzeżewski. Nikola Markovic after beating the press. Set it up nicely for Kostrzeżewski. And here's Jones now for Ludwigsburg. Gets it back again into the corner for Hill. He's not missing much tonight, but he's missed that one. And what now from the visiting side? Looking to tie the game here. Leszczynski has it. Leszczynski goes for it himself. It's missed. There's Hill going in all alone, coast to coast to finish, to re-establish the 4-point lead, 41-37. And how about this from Kostrzeżewski? A two-handed jam, which made it a 2-point game at that stage. The timeout's been called by Anwil. They trail by 4. Big improvement from them so far in this second quarter, and there is still plenty of time left. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first half here. Anwil trail by 4. There's Kamil Leszczynski leaving it for Michalak. Leszczynski again, the bounce pass, the three-point attempt, no good. It's a good claim. There might be another attempt here. It's Leszczynski who'll look for the pass. Foul's been called. Karim Jallo's foul. Leszczynski gets the pass out. And it's 2 more. Make that another assist as well for Kamil Leszczynski. Hill for 3. Misses it. And Anwil had the chance to tie the game or maybe even take the lead. And that's exactly what they have done. They've tied the game. 41 points apiece. Likode doubling his tally for the night. 4 points for him. Time almost up here for Ludwigsburg. They need to get the shot away. They have got it away in time. It's a huge 3 from McRae. Outstanding from McRae. Really what Ludwigsburg needed, because Anwil were on the charge, having just tied the game. Ludwigsburg 3 points clear again. Hook shot finish is no good from Likode. Another 3-point attempt. This one's unsuccessful. Leszczynski. I mentioned his assist record in this tournament, averaging 10 per game, and he's already got 9 in this one. He's very nearly picked up another one there. That was the 3 right on the buzzer from David McRae. Some way to bring up your first points of the evening. Jones can it's Jones who was penalised for the foul, rather, and Likode making both of his free throws to make it a 1-point game. Kamil Leszczynski has maintained his 10 assists per game average, with 10 assists picked up in this first half already, as another foul has been drawn here. A couple of missed opportunities there for Ludwigsburg. Klassen there with the attempt, and then he just caught his opponent. Valery Likode. The Russian will go to the line again. Averaging almost 20 points per game. The 32-year-old. He's had a relatively quiet first half by his standards. 6 points so far and a free throw miss there. He does have this one to tie the game. with under 20 seconds remaining in the first half. It's been a great response from Anwil in this second quarter. Are we going to go into the second half with the game tied? Here's Crawford. And Hill on the buzzer. Makes another three. Malcolm Hill nailing this one in the final moments of the half. A great way to end for Ludwigsburg, but an encouraging second quarter from Anwil. They have closed the gap to just 3 points, 47-44, having been 9 points down at the end of the first quarter. Big improvement from the Poles. But Malcolm Hill with 22 points and 3 rebounds has ensured that Ludwigsburg have maintained their lead, albeit a narrow one at the end of this first half. It's been a fascinating contest, this one. Yashinsky putting in yet another impressive display. Such a creative player. 2 steals, 4 rebounds, 10 assists for the Anwil captain. He has been absolutely key, whereas Malcolm Hill has scored almost half of Ludwigsburg's points in that first half. 22 for him, 7 from 10 from the field, 3 rebounds and an assist as well. And it bodes well for an exciting second half of basketball here in Germany. Ludwigsburg, remember, are searching for their first win of this Basketball Champions League season. Anwil looking to make it a 2-2 record in their debut campaign in this competition. And having been 9 points down at the end of the first quarter, they have fought back really well. They were almost level at the end of the first half, but that late three-pointer from Malcolm Hill has given the hosts a 3-point advantage. It is one not to be missed. The second half coming shortly. 47-44. Ludwigsburg lead at the halftime interval. We'll leave you with highlights of the first half, and we will be back in a few minutes for the third quarter. Make sure you join us for that. Welcome back to Ludwigsburg. Second half just a couple of minutes away now, and it's been a great game, this one so far. It was a terrific start from the home team, who are searching for their first win in this season's Basketball Champions League. Top 4 finish for them last season, of course. Beaten by Monaco in the semis and by Murcia in the third place game. And missed out on a top 3 finish, but an excellent Basketball Champions campaign last time around. Anwil from Poland, playing in their first ever Basketball Champions League season. Began it well with a victory. Followed by back-to-back defeats, and they've done well in this game because they found themselves 9 points down at the end of the first quarter and did wonder whether Ludwigsburg were going to run away with it, but those Anwil fans will be pretty happy with what their team have produced in the second quarter in particular. Cut that gap by 6. It's a 3-point lead, and it's only because there was a 3-point shot made by Malcolm Hill pretty much on the buzzer at the end of that second quarter, which re-established a lead for RIESEN Ludwigsburg. Malcolm Hill with 22 points in that first quarter, the top scorer in the game by some distance. No one else in his team has scored more than 6 points. It's a little more evenly distributed as far as Anwil are concerned. Chase Simon, the only player in double digits, he's got 10. Kostraszewski with 9. 7 for Likode, 6 for Michalak, thanks to his 2 3-point attempts, and 8 for Josip Sobin. Only 6 players have actually scored points for Anwil. Of the 11 that have had minutes on the court, and one of those who hasn't added any points to his personal tally is Kamil Laczynski, the captain, who played 17 minutes of that first half. No points, but he is the creative force of the team. I've spoken at various points about the assists that he has created in this tournament. More than any other player. He's got 40 in 3.5 games, 10 assists in the first half of the game here. Tournament high of 12 in a game for him so far. He is on course, you would imagine, to beat that. Kamil Laczynski, very much an essential part of this Anwil side, who will look to close the gap early on here in the third quarter. Laczynski getting his hands on the ball early on, the number 9, and Anwil now looking for a 3-pointer to kick things off. Oh, and Laczynski did really well. And it's gone out of bounds off an Anwil player. And there is the man with 10 assists to his name already in this game. Coming into game day 4, the only player in the Basketball Champions League averaging 10 assists per game, and he's already managed to maintain that average. Here's McRae for Ludwigsburg. Get it back again and goes for the 3-point attempt. And it's going to be stolen by Laczynski. Excellent work from the Anwil captain. Vasilkovsky's been penalised. He's not happy with the decision. You can have another look here. It's McRae's 3-point attempt that was missed. And Laczynski able to draw the foul. And here he is again. A bounce pass in here and wasn't quite finished off there by Lichaudet. And here's the danger man for Ludwigsburg, Hill. Klassen drawing the foul. Three-point attempt goes up and it's good. Crawford takes Ludwigsburg up to 50 points. And a 6-point lead has opened up here for the hosts. And we're pegged back to 44 each just before the end of the first half. Laczynski's drawn another foul. This is Jordan Crawford's three-point effort. 8 points, 5 assists for him so far. Nothing but net from Crawford. There's Laczynski. Three-point attempt from Lichaudet is good. Halves the deficit once again, moves into double digits. Yet another assist, of course, for Kamil Laczynski. Szymon Szewczyk with the foul there. Haven't seen too much of him, wearing number 33 for Anwil. Klassen missing the attempt, and here's Michalak. Laczynski, another three-point attempt, it's good once more, this time from Szewczyk. Szymon Szewczyk opens his account for the evening and ties the game. Hill can't get it to go. Now, Anwil have been behind for the vast majority of this game. They took a very early lead, but have pretty much been behind ever since, and had the chance to take the lead then. Here come Ludwigsburg once more, looking to reclaim the lead. Laczynski unable to reclaim possession there. But it is worth remembering that Anwil haven't led in this game since the very beginning. They took a 2-0 lead. They scored the first points of the evening and have been behind pretty much ever since. There was a three-pointer shortly afterwards which put the hosts in front. They've, at their best, been 12 points clear. Been level a couple of times, as they are now, searching for the advantage again. Here is Crawford. 8 on the shot clock. Plenty of time for Crawford here. And Aaron Best drains the three. Both sides dealing in three-pointers at the moment. Three-point lead again for the Germans here. Laczynski. Trying to keep it alive here, the visiting side, but they've been caught out, and this should be an easy layup. Two more on the board from Malcolm Hill. "24 points for Ludwigsburg. 5-point lead now for the hosts. Laczynski draws the foul. Here is Laczynski, bounce pass. Moved it well here, the visiting side, nicely put away by Chase Simon. The American moves on to 12 points. They have a three-point game once again. Here's Aaron Best. Crawford. Another foul called here. Jones. Another three-point attempt. This one's no good. Michalak. Laczynski gets the pass away quickly. The attempt is no good. And away comes Klein. And this time it's Aaron Best who drains another three. Missed a few earlier on in the evening, but he seems to have found his range now, Aaron Best. Establishes that 6-point lead again as the timeout is called. It's 58 points to 52 in favor of the home side.
Smart, don't do extra things. They cannot do nothing on us. Anwil, when we are in 55, you on the side. They are on the top. You on the side. Okay. It was out of bounds. You said it's on the opposite side. On a ball side. First play, Simon, you have to set good first team for Allen.
Keep running the court, keep shooting from the outside. Okay. They have the two shooters in now. Do they? Yeah, they still got Shevchik in. I think it's a good idea to hedge. Hedge and make him throw it over the top. Really jump to the ball. When Shevchik, 33, sets a screen, we're going to hedge. The roll is open, so jump to the ball. Here we go. Defense, 1, 2, 3.
So Anwil still unable just to edge in front. Find themselves 6 points behind again now. Just past the midway point in this third quarter. It's nicely worked, and it'll be a three-point play possibility here. Shevchik drawing the foul. making the layup. A chance to make it 6 points for him personally. All of them coming in this quarter. Here's Aaron Best. He started to have his say as well in this game. This is Klein, Best. Klein. And Best from the corner has drawn the foul. Valerie Licaudet, the man penalised. It'll be 3 free throws for Aaron Best to try and re-establish that 6-point lead again. So it is 6-point lead again. Aaron Best making no mistake. 3 out of 3 from the foul line there. 9 points for him. Chinsky to Markovic. Michalak. Moves it for Leshinsky once more. Gets the pass to Chase. Simon Chase, and the 3-point attempt from the corner is good. 3-point shooting from Michalak once again. His 3rd of the night. Nathan exchanging 3-point blows in this 3rd quarter so far, these two teams. Back to where we were, a 3-point game. But for how long? Not much longer. Another 3. Jallo this time. Michalak. Draws the foul. Michalak can go to the line for 2 free throws here. Makes both. 4-point game. This is still a game that could go either way. Aaron Best drawing the foul this time. Jallo. He draws the foul, and he'll have a chance to make a couple of free throws here. Jallow makes the first one. And the second. It's a 6-point game again. And Ludwigsburg keeping Anwil at arm's length, just about. These two matching each other. But it's been turned over. Jallow has it. Wasn't the best pass to Klein. Can they recover the situation here? Mbakwe got lucky. Best goes for three. And Best misses this time. Michalak. Here's Simon. Into the corner. Another foul's been called. Valery Likodej drawing the foul as Lechinsky comes back on. Such a key man for the Polish side. Jallow's third foul has led to a couple more free throws here. And he only makes one. They have missed 7 in the game. Anwil as Lechinsky comes to the rescue there. This time Simon Chase draws the foul. Chase Simon, I should say. 12 points for him so far. Malcolm Hill with his second foul of the game. It was actually Markovic who drew the foul, so he can make it a 3-point game again. He's missed the second one, but they've taken full advantage there. Markovic missed the free throw. But Anwil took the chance. Kostraszewski making it a 2-point game, and now maybe they can tie it with 1 minute 20 left in the third quarter. Simon. Markovic. He's drawn another foul. And it'll be another trip to the line for Nikola Markovic. Timeout called by Ludwigsburg. And this game could go right down to the wire. There's still a bit of time to go in this third quarter. Anwil trail by 2, but have 2 free throws coming up.
The other guard to cut through and then fill in behind, okay? Cut and fill in behind. Jordan, you got Aaron. Jordan, you got Aaron.
Open up. When he passes the ball, when he goes on, you go one-on-one. And stay. I want you to stay in the shot. I want you to, if he helps, he will pass the ball for the shot. But don't stay in the paint. Clear the paint. Okay? We have to be very active on rebound. We're doing a great job on rebound now. We just have to protect.
It is all setting up for a fine finish here in Ludwigsburg. They had their time in the Final Four last season. But it is still a very real possibility that they will come away with nothing once again. They'll be desperate to avoid a fourth straight defeat in this season's Basketball Champions League, but they are behind for the first time since the opening moments of the game. The steal. And Chase Simon was there to finish it off and give Anwil the lead. But a great response. What a great response from Malcolm Hill. 27 points for him. It's a 2-point lead, which could be increased here. Klein makes it. Konstantin Klein. And Ludwigsburg making the most of these final moments in the third quarter. There'll be enough time for Anwil to have one last say. "14 seconds remaining here in the third. 4 points the difference. Here's Simon. And it's a missed layup, and the follow-up doesn't go either. So Ludwigsburg hold on to that 4-point advantage, slightly further ahead than they were at half-time, but not by much. And they were briefly behind in that third quarter as well. So all to play for in the final 10-minute period. 71-67. Another tight game, it would seem, for Anwil, who lost out in overtime last week against Avellino. After two fairly one-sided games in the opening couple of game weeks, they beat Ventspils by 21 points, lost to Nizhny Novgorod at home by 11. It's a 3-point win for Avellino last week, and overtime was required for that one, playing in their third away game in the Basketball Champions League. Murcia at home and Banvit away the next two games to come. Doesn't get much easier in this group. Full of tough opponents. Ludwigsburg, having failed to win a game, desperate to record the win. They're actually on a 5-game losing streak in the Basketball Champions League that dates back to their semi-final against Monaco, which they lost by 87-65, then beaten by Murcia in the Final Four. The third place game, 85-74 on that occasion. Then Banvit, Avellino and Le Mans getting the better of them in the regular season of this season's competition. They will go to Latvia and face Ventspils next week before hosting Murcia here on the 13th of November, 2 weeks' time. So a 4-point game. Crawford goes for the 3 and misses. Not the start that Ludwigsburg would have wanted. Crawford, who has 8 points, 7 assists and a couple of rebounds. Malcolm Hill's been the main man as far as point scoring goes, 27 for him. There's the man who makes it all happen for Anwil, Laczynski. Oh, what a pass! And the foul. Drawn by Kostraszewski. Lovely no-look pass that from the captain, Laczynski. Wasilkowski. Man has been penalised, the veteran. 25-year-old German. Giving chance here to Kostraszewski. He has missed the first free throw. He does make the second, so it's a 3-point game again. Kostraszewski. Now it's Hill, who goes for 3 and makes it, and he moves on to 30. 30 points from Malcolm Hill. Big, big game from him. What a contribution. His 6th three-pointer of the night. 6 from 8 he's made from beyond the arc. 10 from 14 overall from the field. The only player in the Ludwigsburg team to reach double digits. And boy, he is making the most of it. Here it was, his 6th three of the night. Took him on to 30 and restored the 6-point advantage. A frustrating turnover from Anvil's point of view. Igor Milicic barking instructions from the sidelines. They're very much in this game. Another turnover. Wasilkowski. Laczynski not getting a touch to that. There's Simon. Well, Laczynski goes for 3 himself and makes it. Well, it's his first points of the night. He's been the creator, and he's just hit a really big 3 for his team. And the steal there from Sobin. Here is Laczynski. "13 assists tonight, a tournament high for him. Previous being 12, but he's given that away. And Ludwigsburg could take full advantage. They haven't yet. They could through Hill, who draws the foul. And it's his turn to go to the line. Still a long way to go in this game. And Hill misses his first free throw. Does make the second. Back to a 4-point lead then for Ludwigsburg, as it was at the start of this fourth quarter, as Simon halves the deficit. "16 points now for Chase Simon. 5 from 6 from the field, 3 assists. Crawford responds. Again, these two teams exchanging blows. Crawford, only the second player in the Ludwigsburg team to make double digits. Joins Malcolm Hill, who has 31. Laczynski gets the pass away, and it's well finished. Another assist for the captain. 2 more for Sobin on the scoreboard. Crawford. Jallo, long 2, misses. Sobin claims. Kamil Laczynski. Michalak. Laczynski has gone for another 3. Oh, it's turned into a pass. And it's finished off. Well, Michalak made it count, ties the game. Well, I'm not at all convinced that Laczynski actually meant to pick out Michalak there. I think that was a shot. It's either that or really well disguised, but it's an outstanding contribution from that man, Kamil Laczynski. $77 each here, as it is tipped in by Mbakwe. Ludwigsburg regain the lead, but it's so slender. An ambitious pass there by Michalak, and Mbakwe is able to claim it. And he finds the man of the moment, Malcolm Hill, who draws the foul. Still over 5 minutes left in the game. So much can change here. Has it been turned over? It has. Markovic has it. Laczynski. Markovic. Travelling called. Couple of steps too many here. It's a good call from the official. Really tense finish expected here in Ludwigsburg. Hosts looking for their first win in this season's Basketball Champions League. They have a 2-point lead at the moment. Here's Aaron Best. Weaves his way inside. Turned over. And Laczynski did well on the floor. Got the pass away. 3-point attempt. Foul drawn by Michalak. And the chance for Anwil to take the lead. The pass was loose. And Laczynski pounced on it quickly. And there was the foul. Aaron Best with his 4th foul of the game. Michal Michalak has the chance from the line to give his side the advantage. 3 free throws coming up. Makes the first one. And the second. Misses the third. So it's all tied up. Hill, McRae, and Backway and Hill. And Hill again. Not this time. He's been pretty impressive from that kind of distance in this game. 6 3-pointers hit already. Over 30 points on the board. And what a finish we're in for here. The hook shot attempt, no good from Sobin. Who will take the lead next in this game? Ludwigsburg trying to ensure that they are the ones to move in front. But Klein's 3-point attempt is missed. 3.5 minutes to go. Foul drawn. Some rather anxious looking faces on that Ludwigsburg bench. Klein's foul. Second foul of the game. Not in foul trouble, as it's really simply executed by Anwil. Nepal's lead by 2. Kostrashevsky with 14 points. Finished it off nicely. It's a foul. Michalak with his second. Four-team fouls now in this quarter. There'll be a trip to the foul line next. Whichever way the next foul goes. And it's going to be a 3-point play possibility for the Germans. Kostrashevsky's foul. And Valaskovsky. The chance from the line to edge his side in front once again. It's just been that kind of battle. A 1-point game with less than 3 minutes to go. Raczynski. And it's another foul. More free throws coming, and I think we might see quite a bit of this in the remaining minutes. Every foul will be punished with free throws. 18 from 29 for Anwil. They've missed 11. 11 from 12 for Ludwigsburg. Could their precision from the foul line prove to be the difference in the end? She'll have to wait and see. Anwil lead again by a single point. Ludwigsburg have led for the vast majority of this game, but it's who's leading at the end, that's what counts. Hill. Oh, it's a wayward pass, a misunderstanding that could be costly. Kuczynski for Michalak. Three-point attempt. Oh, doesn't quite drop there. Somehow stayed out. But there is no response from Ludwigsburg, and there's the foul. Well, Licoday, who missed that three-pointer for Anwil a few moments ago, must be wondering how that didn't drop. But his side now do have the opportunity to open up a three-point lead. Biggest lead of the night is 2 points. But not anymore. Simon nails both free throws. And Anwil have a three-point advantage for the first time in the game with less than 2 minutes to go. 85-82. Crawford finds Aaron Best. Aaron Best did well from the corner to tie the game. Walaszkowski could not have timed that better. What a tense finish. One moment of magic, one mistake could make all the difference. Timeout called. 88 seconds remaining. 85 points apiece. What a finish here in Germany.
On this guy. Hey, watch him. I told Consi last time, if they're going to be on that side, I'm going to drop to the low position. We'll play wings up, wings take high. Yeah, I'm going to got that. Rebound. So we got to stay down here. They're cutting behind us while he's dribbling. Good one-on-one. Go. Defense, 1, 2, 3.
What a finish we're in for here. Here come Anwil with Michalak. Goes for it. Oh, it's missed. Rebound claimed, and then turnover and a foul. Whoa, all kinds of drama rolled into 3 or 4 seconds. I'll pick the bones out of that one. Michal Michalak went for the three-pointer. Malcolm Hill did initially claim the rebound, battled with Laczynski, then the turnover, and then the foul. So Anwil will get their chance to claim the lead. Chase Simon making sure with the first attempt. And the second as well. It's 22 points on the board for him. 11 from 13 free throws. And we are about to enter the final minute here. And it is turned over. Laczynski. They can take their time here, Anwil. Can they keep their cool? It's another foul. Walaskovsky. It's all about game management now. Michalak can put a little bit of daylight between these two teams. 3 points the difference. If he makes it 4, and it really does make things very, very difficult indeed. He's missed it, and then Simon failed to claim the rebound. So it's a 3-point game. Crawford wriggles his way out, and then Crawford loses it. Incredible late drama here, off the knee. That was Michalak's little touch of the ball onto the knee of Crawford that sent it out of bounds. Laczynski's drawn a foul. He can open up the lead a little bit more. Anxious look from John Patrick. His side are up against it here. Kamil Laczynski, who's been the creative force. He's only scored 3 points, 1 three-pointer, but 5 rebounds and 14 assists. Now averaging 11 assists per game in the Basketball Champions League. And he's missed the first one. Can the captain convert the second? Laczynski makes it. 4-point lead. He's frustrated with himself for missing the first attempt, but a couple of scores between the two teams as Ludwigsburg called the timeout. 40 seconds to try and turn this around. They trail 89-85.
Malcolm, you take it out. Okay, we're gonna go I, get in the I set. Consti, I want you here. Okay. Trevor, look to set it here for Consti. Trevor, you're popping
Here. Kamil on the ball and he will jump back. Constant, you protect this area. And be high up. Listen, he got two positions. I want you out. No foul, single shot. And I go. All right, rebound.
Well, there is still time to turn it around. The time is certainly against the home side here. Who will snatch this? Anwil lead by 4. They play this right. They could be about to secure their second win in the Basketball Champions League. Malcolm Hill misses, and Simon claims the rebound and draws the foul. Well, Malcolm Hill's three-point shooting has been so effective. He's missed the last few attempts. 6 from 10 overall from behind the arc. 31 points. And he's given it to a man who's made more free throws than anyone else this evening. Chase Simon, 12 from 14 from the line. This to give his team a 6-point lead with 25 seconds to go. He has done. And it now looks an uphill struggle for Ludwigsburg. Malcolm Hill goes for the 2 and misses. He can't hit one at the moment. It's out of bounds. And that might be the game. 14 seconds remain. And the team that finished 4th and lost just 2 games in the regular season, in the 17-18 Basketball Champions League, are on the brink of a 4th straight loss in Group A at the start of the 18-19 season. Michalak has it. Gets the pass away to Mashinsky. Markovic, this will be the 2 to finish from Simon. It's an 8-point lead. And that's it. Anwil win. Having trailed for the most of the contest, they certainly found themselves behind for the vast majority of the 4 quarters, but John Patrick's side beaten again. And the Poles get their second win in what is their first Basketball Champions League season. 93-85, an 8-point victory that looked so unlikely. It was a tight game all the way through, but they seemed to be just a little bit behind their opponents. But they stayed in touch and they got the job done. They finished the stronger of the 2 sides. They trailed for almost the whole game until late on. But they've come out on top, and their captain leading by way of his creativity. 14 assists for Kamil Laczynski. Only scored 4 points, but if you're that creative, it doesn't really matter in the end. He made it possible for everyone else to rack up those points on the scoreboard. 26 for Chase Simon. Incredibly impressive performance from him tonight. 13 out of 15 from the free throw line. Overall field goal percentage of 6 from 7. 16 points for Michalak as well. 14 points for Kostraszewski. 11 points for Likode and 10 points for Josip Sobin. Contributions wherever you look from the Polish side. Another disappointing evening for John Patrick and his team. Malcolm Hill led the way, 31 points for him. with 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Great contribution, but maybe needed a bit more from everybody else. 10 points for Jordan Crawford, who had 8 assists as well, another who put in a good display. Trevor Mbakwe, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And Vasilkovsky, 8 points, 4 rebounds and an assist. But elsewhere, just not quite enough in terms of the numbers from Riesen Ludwigsburg. Real disappointment and dejection on the faces of those players, as you can see. This is a tough one to take because they led for so long. And they just failed to see out those closing moments of the game. And Anwil can celebrate a really big win, a really impressive victory. 2 wins and 2 defeats for them in the Basketball Champions League this season. Their first season in the Basketball Champions League. Chase Simon leading the way in terms of point scoring. 26 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. What a good performance from him. And a great night overall for Anwil, who win on the road. It was the visiting side who took the lead very early on. They scored the first 2 points of the game, and then they fell behind to a 3-pointer, 3-2 down inside the opening minute or so. And then they trailed for the whole of the first quarter, the whole of the second quarter up until late on, when they leveled it up a couple of times, but never took the lead in that second quarter. Found themselves 3 points down at the halfway stage. Led very briefly towards the end of the third quarter by a single point, but again found themselves behind at the end of the third, 71-67, going into that fourth quarter. And then it was sort of midway through, really, where the lead started to change hands, and then gradually they started to take control, and they managed the game so well in the final couple of minutes, gradually building up a lead, winning it by 8 points in the end. But that margin of victory, not really a reflection of the night, because it was really tied all the way through. Chase Simon there, as you can see, making such a huge contribution. His free throw shooting was absolutely vital in the end. They had a lot of trips to the foul line, Anwil. And Simon in particular was the man who was responsible for taking on those challenges. They had a total of 41 free throws, 15 of them coming from the hands of Chase Simon. He made 13 of those 15. The best free throw percentage of anyone on his team. He took more as well, more than half, or almost half rather, of the ones that were made came from his hands. And that contribution proved to be the difference really in the end. They only made 68% of their free throws, whereas Ludwigsburg made 11 from 12. They only missed 1, but they gave away too many fouls. And in the end, Chase Simon had the final say and led his side to victory, along with his captain, Kamil Lashinsky. His 14 assists is a tournament high for him. This is what it means for the table. And Anwil make it 2 wins and 2 defeats. And for Ludwigsburg, down at the bottom, no wins in 4. What a night, but what a disappointment for Ludwigsburg. They're beaten. Anwil win for the second time this season.